Hi, I'm Jay from A.S.A.P Supplies, and as winter's fast approaching, we thought we'd help you out by giving you some top tips on winterising your engine. First of all, we'd recommend that you top your fuel tank up with plenty of diesel. This minimises the amount of air that's in the tank, which can create condensation when temperatures fluctuate over winter. Once the tank's topped up, we recommend to add some fuel treatment, and this protects the fuel over the winter months and prevents any bacterial growth, which could lead to the diesel bug, which could lead to your fuel lines blocking up and causing you a lot of problems and a lot of cost when you come back to the boat in the new season. We'd also recommend to make sure you check your fuel filler cap to make sure it's nice and tight. And also another tip would be to undo the cap before you tighten it, put some petroleum jelly around it, screw it up nice and tight, and then when you come back in the new season, it'll be nice and easy to open, but it will have formed a nice seal so no water can get into your tank. Another top tip is to check your fuel filters before you leave the boat. This way you can see if any contaminants are in the fuel, and it will give you a chance to sort the problem out before it can advance over winter. It's also a good idea to change your oil at the end of the season, although a lot of people will do this at the start of the season. It's best to get rid of any corrosive acids that would have been made in the combustion process and not leave that in the engine over winter, which could damage the internals of the engine. A nice easy way to make oil changes a lot simpler is one of these sump pumps. You simply connect it to your sump and you can pump the oil out into a bucket and away you go. Now some boaters will remove their batteries and take them away for winter. However, you've got to ensure that you've got at least a battery on there so your bilge pumps will still work so you don't come back to a flooded boat. You can use one of these handy chargers with a 5-stage charging system which will make sure your battery is kept in tip-top condition to save you having to fork out on a new battery in the new season. Now when it comes to winterising your domestic water system, best thing to do is completely drain the system and then add some of this, which is an antifreeze which is non-toxic, so it's absolutely safe for your domestic system, and then run your pump with your outlets open one by one until you see the antifreeze come out. And then once that's done, you can close the whole system off and you know that's protected. It's not going to freeze, your pipes aren't going to crack, and you shouldn't get any problems when you come back at the start of the new season. Now don't forget that you need to also protect your raw water cooling system. So what you can do, if you open your strainer, you can pour a bit of antifreeze in, just a regular antifreeze will be fine. You run your engine, literally turning over a couple of times just to get the water to flow through, and then you can put it all back together and you know that that's going to be protected as well. Also make sure you remove your impeller, as if it's left in the pump over winter, the blades on it will become deformed and it won't work as well, or you might have to replace it in the new season. And last but not least, make sure before you leave the boat you check your seals on your windows and your hatches just to make sure there's no chance of any water getting in, which could lead to mould growing in the boat. Now one product we have is a UV resistant sealant which you can go round windows or hatches with, and that'll make sure you got a nice seal so you get no problems when you come back to the boat in the new season. So by spending just a couple of £100 on these products, you can protect your boat over the winter and avoid any big bills which could easily be avoided with winterisation. I hope this video has been helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact our sales team. I'm Jay, and thank you for watching.